the field in which we operate as attunement servers. It is a field of consciousness and a field of energy. I think the energy part of it has emphasized itself. The field of consciousness part, maybe not quite so much. We call it pneumoplasm. There's a field of pneumoplasm that we're in, that we're working with. It's the auric field, human energy field. It's individual to each of us, and yet it is the field in which we are together and that we're sharing together. And in attunement, we become aware of that field. We are working with that field. We're letting something happen in it. We're allowing the rain to fall in ourselves. And if that's really happening for us, there's a flow of energy that we're bringing to that field. But there is the other part of it. The other part of it is that it is a field of consciousness. It's somehow intermingled, the energy and the consciousness. And that field is responsive to consciousness. And we know that personally because when our consciousness changes, our energy changes. Consciousness changes, we feel better, you might say. Maybe physically better, but now I'm speaking about the energy. We feel the joy of the spirit of life moving through our energy field. Our energy field is responsive to consciousness, our consciousness. It's somehow intermingled with it and responsive to it. It's a remarkable thing when you really stop to appreciate it. So that's true personally. But this field that we share is the same way. All too often, there's so much distraction going on. Major collision going on over in the Middle East. There's almost no awareness that they're sharing a collective energy field and that there's a state of consciousness that is doing damage in that field constantly eroding it, right? Just the way people are thinking and feeling about the field. But we're here to bring something else. We're not thinking of it that way. We're not villainizing everybody involved. No, we're aware of the field, and we're bringing something else, a different kind of awareness. An awareness that these are people who, many of them, and collectively lost. There's something beautiful and strong and right in every last one of them. There's love in their hearts. And yet there's some process in consciousness that is creating destruction. So we see past that destruction and bring a different awareness. And therefore there's a shift of energy as that's present. The substance responds to consciousness. It's a remarkable thing. So the question becomes for us, not just related to the Middle East, but related to the field that we're in, and particularly the fields that are closest to us. How strong is our consciousness? Faced with whatever human culture gets up to, how strong is our consciousness in the face of that? Do we say, that's why I'm here? Or do we get paralyzed by what's going on? I was taught something years ago now. It was a one-sentence statement. The elders in the field have to disbelieve. Yeah. The elders in the field have to disbelieve. Meaning, I see what people are getting up to. We can see what's happening in the Middle East. But in some sense, we don't believe it. We don't believe that that's true of them. That we don't believe that's going to last. Obviously, it's not. We see something else. We don't believe in that. We believe in who we are as human beings, who we are individually, who we are together. We disbelieve that, but we believe something else. We know something else, and we're bringing that something else. It was said in a derogatory way in the Old Testament that the people who were with Moses were, stiff-necked people? In other words, that they were hard-headed. Well, we need people who are strong-minded in a different way. There's a bad way to be strong-minded, to be just stuck in your ways and in some kind of rut, and then believing in things that are destructive. That's a bad way to be strong-minded. We're here to be strong-minded in a different way, in a way that doesn't believe in what is corrupt, in another person, in ourselves, in the culture that we're in. No, we're knowing something else. And because we're knowing something else, we're bringing that to the energy field. The way this works is that not only is the energy field responsive to consciousness, consciousness is responsive to the energy field. That's the basis for giving an attunement, yes? Or an important part of it. The person comes for the attunement. We're offering the attunement. Something is happening in their energy field. But that's not all that's happening. If it is, we're not going very far. They're not going very far. Because they're just going to keep thinking the same things, feeling the same things, stay in the same state of consciousness. That's not going anyplace. No, luckily, fortunately, the way this works is that when there's a change in the substance for a person, they walk out of that room and life looks different, yes? That's how it is when there's a true attunement that's taken place. The change in the substance is changing consciousness. And then, the way this works is they're interrelated and intermingled, and then consciousness can, for them, keep shifting their substance. I was thinking about it this way, that not too many of us around are psychologists or psychotherapists. There are a few in our group who are, and God bless their work. So we're not dealing directly, for the most part, trying to sort out people's psyche. But what we know is, in offering the attunement, where there's a shift in the substance, the psyche changes. The human consciousness changes. That's profound stuff. I imagine that for a psychotherapist, it's hard work working with a person if you cannot, you might say, get their substance to change, right? And unless you can get that person to generate some pneumoplasm, well, you can try to sort out what's in the subconscious, but the lines of force that are in the pneumoplasmic pattern have to change for the experience to change. So if we're counseling, working with people, isn't that the goal? The goal is to allow the patterns in the auric field to shift, knowing that that depends on consciousness and at the same time affects consciousness. It's all part of one ball of wax, if you will. I think of Jesus, who empowered his disciples to go out. He charged them. We all have that power anyway to bring changes to people's lives. to bring wholeness. It's within us. But he was at least reminding them, maybe, as we say, giving them a charge, priming their pumps to make a difference in people's lives, to bring healing. We have that ability.